guys don't wear white. They don't wear white. They don't wear white. They don't wear white.
Welcome to Breakfast and BS with Vince and Friends.
Oh! Nailed it, yeah. First time.
From beautiful La Mesa, California, and our favorite restaurants in Afantes. Right in front of me is Sergio Stringfellow Top Down Aloysius Sanchez. And to my left is producer Virgil.
Hello.
And we got a bunch of little topics we want to get to, so actually, producer Virgil came in with some notes he wants to talk about, so let's let him start it off.
Okay, so this will probably go along the same lines as what sucked this week. Multiple things had sucked, but alright, so I have a beef, and I'm pretty sure everyone in San Diego probably does too, but this past Saturday was the open registration for Comic-Con badges.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, if you were unlucky enough to actually pre-register and whatever, or just the luck of the draw, and then once you're in, then you get a special pre-reg type of auction or whatever the hell that is. And
it's a lottery, basically.
Yeah, it's a lottery.
You
so
gotta register for the chance to register.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So now, because my sister had never had to do this before, also thousands of people who never had to do this before, you know.
I'm one of them.
Yeah, and you go online and you wait for the stupid spinning blue wheel to say, hey, you're in or whatever.
Yeah.
And all it does is it puts you down like, sorry, preview night's sold out. Oh, sorry, Saturday sold out. Sunday, whatever. But the thing is that, people who have never gone will never get to experience it,
But really, what's there left to experience? Anything you can experience inside there, you can experience outside now.
But the thing is,
they just kind of pushed it out.
The thing is, we're veterans, though.
Yeah, we know what it was.
Yeah. So, of course, I mean, I can go on and on about how, I had a booth there before it had the media blitz it is now. But the thing is that I feel sorry for, like my younger students and all these people who always want to go, and
my nieces.
They'll never be able to experience it. So, you got to do something to change it, because, I mean, we don't want it to leave. I mean, some people do, some, I don't know. There's got to be a way to accommodate people. So I would say, if it's 4 days, they got to get away from this 4-day model. I mean, I would say that's going to be one solution. Make it longer, make it an entire week. I mean,
hell, it's damn near a week anyways.
Yeah, I mean, so
right when you add preview night and all that.
Yeah, so
what's 2 more days?
Yeah, and then the vendors, they'll make more money. I mean, you'll have to get extra staff, but how hard is that to do?
Yeah, you're making more money, so it definitely justifies the cost.
Yeah.
I agree wholeheartedly, because it's harder and harder every year.
And I think...
What would you think about pushing more attractions like to Petco or something, instead of like the big super booths that they got inside there now? Just like kind of scale them down a little bit. And
you say that's the main problem why the attendance is capped off, or?
I think that might be a little bit some of it, but it also gives more vendors room to sell.
More floor area.
Yeah. It gives you more floor, and it also kind of puts the people out there that just kind of want to be there to be seen somewhere else to go.
That's true.
And so that doesn't actually care about comics or sci-fi, pop culture, so on and so forth, that are just kind of there because, oh, look at me, I got a ticket, and I just want to show off on Instagram or Facebook how fucking cool I am.
So here's an oft-overlooked fact. The convention center here in San Diego, sunny, beautiful San Diego, is actually one of the largest convention center on the west coast of the United States. So I don't think that it's ever going to leave, just by virtue of the fact that, where's it going to go? There's nothing that's big enough to house it, to accommodate it.
Right.
Pretty much the entire city of, all of downtown San Diego shuts down, pretty much, for that whole week, because people are coming into town and they're gearing up for it and they're partying. And I think there's just, like you said, just extend it to a full week. That way, you can just have more people. You know what I mean? I definitely, I'm a proponent of that. Expand the convention center, fund that. Definitely. I know it's the largest convention center, but stay on top of the curve. Don't let some other city come out of nowhere and build a giant convention center and steal, Comic-Con away from San Diego.
Yeah.
So San Diego has to stay competitive. Definitely, we can't just rest on our laurels. San Diego, Comic-Con started here, but that doesn't mean that 1 year, it might not get sweet talked away from us. So we got to make sure that we do the work to make sure that it stays here. It's important for the economy here. and it's important for the people who live here. You know.
Yeah. And I think also too the talk of moving it to somewhere else is just for the convenience of the industry
Of course.
of the movie people, and it's like, dude, you make your own movie convention. No one, I mean, it's like
it's not supposed to be MovieCon. It's become that.
It really
But
has.
that's not how.
MovieCon, TVCon, whatever.
But then again, thanks to that con, gave us the greatness that is the new Star Trek movies. Completely erasing those abortions of a TV show.
oh,
I will stab you, Vince. One of these days.
Don't hate.
so that
Don't hate because I'm right.
oh lord. So in any case,
New
that's
Kirk forever.
yeah, that's my oh yeah. That's my rant
It too?
on that because my poor sister, when it was so easy for her, and then when my brother-in-law was alive, I mean they would just go file in line, get their badge, enjoy the convention.
I remember walking up to the ticket booth,
Yeah.
buying a badge, and walking inside.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
And it wasn't. We're not talking like centuries ago. You know what I mean?
My mom and dad would drop me off on a Sunday after church in front of the convention center. I'd walk in and just sign up,
Yeah.
Yep.
and then I'd take the trolley home.
Yeah, and even if you came like at 4:00 or 3:00, then they'd half the price of the badge.
Yeah.
Now it's what $100 and something bucks.
It does. There is no. Yeah.
There's no validation to make it that expensive, and then
The accessibility definitely isn't there. It's got to be about the kids, the newer generation, the younger generation. You got to open it up to them because they're the new fans. But you got a lot of people who, the older people. It's fine like us. But at the same time, make it accessible. There's a lot of people that want to get in. So they have to address these concerns. And I'm glad you're bringing this up because, it's a valid concern. Make it accessible. Make it. You know what I mean?
yeah, and and also too, it's like it becomes this kind of elitist type
That's,
of thinking.
that's what I was meaning. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, I got a badge. Let me take pictures of it and show you what I got. And like, back in the day, what does he have to do? You buy a $100+ badge to spend more money.
Yeah.
I mean, and
the right to
I
give
experienced this, but it's like there's. You could easily go to another convention and experience the same thing, but it's like,
Spend
because
not even half of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't.
The commercial aspect of it is definitely kind of sucking the spirit out of a little bit. I mean,
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean that's why Vince and I went to San Diego Comic Fest because you want to actually be able to go to a convention and enjoy yourself and not be pushed through a sea of people from shoulder to shoulder trying to get the best deals and who get and line up to see a panel of people you want to see, but that's the thing is like you're sacrificing your mental and your physical health.
Yeah.
The fact that people have died waiting for panels.
Yeah.
Quite literally died, not an understatement. People have been hit by cars while waiting for panels.
Yeah.
We've been hit by cars in a zombie walk, but we won't get into that.
Yeah.
There have been a lot of people getting hit by cars in San Diego, but I think part of the problem too is, like you said, it's grown to the scale where I don't think anybody anticipated. The infrastructure definitely is not set up to support 500,000 people milling around in downtown San Diego. But things can be done to address the situation. It's a little big town here in San Diego. That's what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it's just growing pains, and that's one of the events that we have here. That's
Love
like
that band.
you
Little big team.
very, very, very.
Band, I'm just joking.
Very large event
like
that tests all of the infrastructure for the city. It's good. It's because it's an exercise. We don't have that very often. San Diego is very, very laid back town for the most part. I haven't given up on Comic Con yet. I've been going for many, many years. Luckily, this year I was able to get badges again. I understand. People's concerns about what I mean. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking at it through rose-colored glasses.
The last time I went, Comic Con was like 2 years ago, and that was actually the first time in a long time I had fun. But I went in. I wasn't going at it like when I was a kid and a young adult. When everything started changing and getting more effed up. When it just got super crowded, douchey, and all that. I just went in knowing what it was, and I had a good time. And I think that's what we need to do, but you need to find a way to include more people. So...
and that's the thing is you also have, how do you know you're not pushing out people who are handicapped, and how do you know you're not pushing out people who are
have anxiety
Maybe,
issues,
or
right?
have-
Because they
or
don't want to
maybe-
deal with 500,000.
Yeah, I know. Or either that, maybe they're cancer kids or something like that. You know what I mean? It's like, why would you exclude those people? It's like,
But
it's,
then, you get a douche that'll buy a ticket for their handicapped parent. So even though their parent doesn't care about it, just so they could get into the line quicker.
but it shouldn't go to
Just
those
like Disneyland,
meetings.
huh?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it shouldn't go to those meetings. So anyway, all right. So there's my rant. And pretty sure there's gonna be more, but we'll just stop it at that.
Yeah. Those of you that did get in, I hope to see you over there at Comic-Con this year.
I guess I won't be seeing you, sir.
By the way, if I happen to be in downtown area and you're a beautiful woman dressed up as Batgirl, hit me up, please. Love you. Okay,
Batgirl or Batwoman?
Batgirl.
So are these very
Yeah, he doesn't
we
need,
have to clarify.
He doesn't need that kind of drama.
Yeah. Yeah. And okay. So one of my favorite shows is Lip Sync Battle. I love that show. I do.
Is Olivia Munn on that?
Huh?
No, was Olivia Munn?
No.
she wasn't.
Oh wait, actually she was on. She did an episode.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she did.
I thought you meant like as a host. No,
But-
I wish.
So they're showing a lot of reruns right now, and on the very first episode they had Jimmy Fallon versus The Rock. And I'm watching it, and I'm just, God, I hate Jimmy Fallon. Jesus Christ, that guy is not freaking funny at all. I didn't like him in SNL. I didn't like his shitty wannabe movie career. I don't like it that he's freaking hosting late night. And that people are just buying his freaking shit flavored ice cream and calling it rainbow sherbet. Jesus H. Christ. What the hell, world? Please, save me. If there's like a Colombian sniper out there that would love to do me a favor and just take one quick pot shot at Jimmy Fallon, I would be forever in your debt. Sweet Lord, baby Jeebus. I don't ask for much in this world, but can you let him become financially wrecked, and so we never have to see or hear from him again? Oh my God! All he does is prey on nostalgia in people, and then people are like, "Oh my God, he's a genius." No. He does a halfway decent Neil Young impersonation, and he just freaking preys on the nostalgia of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air opening, or with the Saved by the Bell reunion. Oh, I want to freaking Johnny Cage freaking nut punch him repeatedly.
Yeah. So, see, that's the thing is they needed someone to replace Jay Leno.
But they had Conan.
Yeah, they did.
They had an extremely worthy successor
yeah.
in Conan O'Brien.
Right. Very true. But we can think of another person. We talked about previous Kevin Smith. Same thing. Yeah. It's how, we don't know how these people get elected into office. But I agree. I agree with you. I gave Jimmy a chance. I tried giving him a chance. And I'm like, I get more laughs out of Jimmy Kimmel. I don't watch Jimmy Kimmel very much, but I mean, you can tell he's trying. And then
You know what? Jimmy Kimmel has something Jimmy Fallon doesn't have. Talent. He's just a cute, unassuming guy that people think, oh my God, look at him, he's so adorable. I'd be saying the same thing about Sergio if he shaved every once in a while. But
Thank you.
Jesus. Oh.
yeah, and when he had Paul McCartney on, and I was watching for Paul McCartney, and then Jimmy does this horrible impression of him in front of him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I do a better impression of Paul McCartney than you, man. It's just like, I'm not sure if that was the joke that was so bad, or but if it was, it still wasn't funny. It really, because Paul was just kind of like staring into space. All right, I guess that's supposed to be me.
Yeah. The impressions are pretty painful at times.
I mean, maybe his Robin Williams is okay, but that's about it.
Yeah, but,
But I know.
you could...
Whose isn't? Nano.
oh my God, I'm giving you a late night TV show.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Sweet Mama Pajama.
Thank you for. All right.
You know what? I'm gonna skip one on my list. I want to talk about, Sergio kind of knows about this, Ghost Rider Spirits of Vengeance.
Oh,
It was
my
on
God.
TV the other day. Because I'm a glutton for punishment, I fucking watched it again. Mind you, I haven't watched it since I saw it in the movie theater, and it's one of Sergio's favorite stories to tell. My reaction to the movie, so I'm gonna let Sergio tell the story.
So, came home one day from work. Vince and I were living together, the condo here in sunny San Diego, and I knew that Vince had gone to go watch Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance, And this memory very, 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 very fond for me. Well, it was a terrible moment for my friend Vince, but a very vivid memory for me when he comes upstairs, because I was upstairs, a two-story condo, and then I hear him lumbering upstairs with this look of just sheer defeat in his eyes, and I'm like, what happened? You went to see the movie, like, how could you? What's going on? He looks at me, and this is what he says, and the only thing that he says: imagine a taco the size of this house, filled with shit, and then he walks in his room and slams the door. And my God, at the time I wasn't laughing, but now, I think back on it, and it's just absolutely hilarious because, the amount of pain in this man's eyes. Vince, I never want to see you in that much, distress ever again.
I don't want to see you in that much distress
Such
again.
a happy, happy guy to see him in that much pain. Very, very, very terrible moment. Terrible moment.
Did you see that with Thrash?
Yes, I did. I did.
Did he laugh at you the whole time too, or just?
I think we were both like in shock and awe about how bad it was. I felt like it was fucking Raiders of the Lost Ark. Don't look directly into.
Your face is gonna melt.
Yeah, that's what happened. I had my face melted, and I knew the Ghost Rider one was a horror movie, but I enjoyed it. Ghost Rider is one of my favorite Marvel characters. He's top 3, as a matter of fact. Danny Ketch, not Johnny Blaze. I want this known. So I was like, all right, dude. It's from the guys that did the Jason Statham movie, Crank. Okay. So I was like, I loved Crank. So I was like,
how bad could it be?
Yeah, how bad? Oh my God. Oh, sweet hell. And the fact that I was putting myself through watching it on TV just because there was nothing else better on. I'm sorry, world, there's no redeeming that movie. Nothing. Just so horrible.
The fact you give it another shot on TV just speaks to how much this man loved. He was like hoping that magically somehow
maybe the censors will make it better.
Yes.
The commercial edits.
Yes. Well, I think that's why I watched it for as long as I did, because it softened it. Okay, it's not as bad as I remember, but that's because I was watching the commercials and actually enjoying the commercials more than the movie, and it's kind of traumatized me over it. Oh, you've stolen part of my soul, movie. I've never said this to a movie before, and I hope I never have to say it again, but you've robbed me of some of my soul.
Soulless, soul-stealing movie.
No, I still have my soul. I'm just saying, it took a nice little chunk.
I'll have to say...
Could you say it didn't take your soul, but it took your spirit?
We'll have to probably do maybe like a countdown of movies that stole our souls.
Yeah.
I have quite a few. I think we all
too.
have.
Oh, yeah.
When it comes to films, you're going to hear some interesting conversations here.
Oh, yeah. Master Demon, I have my eyes on.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Let's see. Well, I mean, maybe we should talk about some positive stuff to kind of close out.
Yeah, get a palate cleanser, please, after that.
Yeah.
The shit sandwich that was.
Taco shit.
Not just any taco. A taco the size of our house.
Filled with shit. But, one of my favorite things to do is talk about a pleasure. A favorite movie, a song, something that's, regardless of whether we're rocking out into a car, another car pulls up in the lane, you gotta roll it up. Something like that.
Shameless. You gotta be shameless, though.
Yeah. But regardless of if you have to roll up your window or not, or just kind of turn down the volume when somebody gets home so they don't know you're watching it, that's it. We just bring up one of our own personal pleasures. That way it kind of puts a smile on our face, lets the audience know who we are and where we're coming from.
You want to go first? Or?
Go for it. It seems like you already got one lined up.
All right, so, being part of a tribute band, that's fun for me, but probably the forerunner that is going to be definitely karaoke. I think all 3 of us here. And
We were just talking about that, yeah.
Yeah, it's such a, and I like to think rock band,
Yeah.
it kind of pulled, I think, a lot of people into doing the whole karaoke thing, but I've been doing karaoke probably, I don't know, before it was invented. No. Probably I started getting more serious about maybe in 99, 2000 or something like that. And it's very cathartic to sing songs that, that you grew up with, or kind of made your heart sing, you know.
Yeah.
And what, you know, definitely one for me is, of course, Journey. I love Journey to Hell.
Oh, come on. You
And
hear
to
Don't
Heaven.
Stop Believing, you're fucking...
Oh, yeah, come on now.
Especially during karaoke,
Yes.
you know, you're like...
And then I always warm up with a Beatles song, and then, you know, whatever comes along, because the thing is,
Don't be looking at me. I'm keeping my mouth shut.
I know.
I'm not talking about the extremely overrated Beatles.
Vince, not a Beatles fan. That's okay.
Not a Beatles fan.
Not
That's
for
okay.
everybody.
That's okay.
All entitled to our own opinion.
Yeah, not
So-
a Star Trek fan. That's
Yeah.
not okay, by the way. I will be stabbing him after the show.
But
I am a Star Trek fan. I'm just a far superior Star Trek fan.
Oh, here we go.
okay.
Getting into
So,
the new movies.
so
With far superior Spock and far superior Kirk.
Wow. Anyway, sorry for interrupting.
it's okay. So that's my little. I don't even say it's a guilty pleasure. It's a pleasure. I
Shameless about.
I have no shame in admitting to. So
It's tough to top that one. I think guilty pleasure probably. Well, I mean, yeah, like Vince said, you know, I think we should stop using the prefix guilty, right? Pleasure's pleasure. Life, you know, is such a shit sandwich. Sometimes you got to find the little, you know, the little things. Vince definitely taught me that through the years. You know, focus on the little things. So, you know, music is a big one. You know, music always kind of helps me through. Right now, though, something that I've been deriving a lot of pleasure from is watching some old George Carlin routines. Comic, especially ones who focus on politics, I think to me kind of help work through, you know, issues right now that I feel that are going on, you know what I mean, in society and the political scene. And it's just amazing how timeless that man was. Because, you know, some of his early routines from the 70s and 80s still apply, you know what I mean, to this day, the stuff that he talks about. And it makes me feel, you know, like there's a little bit of hope that there's somebody out there, you know what I mean, that he's gone now, God rest his soul. But, you know, it helps you to work through these things, you know, in your mind, you know, rather than, like music does, right? Rather than just, you have all these thoughts and music helps you to express them, like Virgil was mentioning karaoke. Watching a good stand-up comedy routine, you know, I enjoy. Because it's the same thing. It helps you to work through, you know, you identify with them and they make sense to you, the viewer, just like music, you know what I mean? You identify with it and it makes sense to you and it helps you, you know what I mean, cope. And so that's a pleasure for me, definitely. Some George Carlin routines, if you haven't seen any of them, definitely look it up, especially right now, election year, you know, you definitely want to pay attention to his political stuff. And, you know, just in general, but, you know, it's very, very cool, very good.
That was beautiful, man. Me? I like Dead or Alive's Brand New Lover. I love that song. I don't know why. It's just so poppy and, you know, it's so catchy. I enjoy it. You know, I feel almost as bad as the time me and Johnny Lowe got caught freaking dancing and singing and Walking on Sunshine in the car.
Worst Chollos ever.
Worst Cholos ever. But that song just makes me happy. I don't know why. I just enjoy that. I know some people think Dead or Alive. They just think you spin me right round, baby, right? Yeah. I enjoyed Brand New Lover. It's just, it makes me happy.
Yeah.
You know, something about 80s freaking British dance.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call it. What was it called? New Wave?
Yeah.
New Wave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or new romantic.
I enjoy it. I know it's not the best music form there is out there, but that's okay because it's a pleasure. I mean,
Oh, it had its moments.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
yeah.
There's a lot of genuine fun that
Right.
goes into those songs.
Yeah.
And that's why you just, you know, you can't just like, you know, not sing along.
Yeah. It's a lot self-serious. Very self-serious now.
And then if you watch the music video, which I suggest you do go to YouTube, watch Dead or Alive, Brand New Lover. Oh my God, it's damn ridiculous. It's like neo-Western,
Pure 80s?
semi-African.
Oh.
God, I can't describe it. It's great.
It's undescribable, which is a good word.
Yeah. So we'll leave you with that. Go do some karaoke. Listen to some George Carlin. And when you got a chance, dance like no one's watching to some Dead or Alive. So thanks for stopping by. Breakfast and BS with Vince. I'll get the check.